Walkaround family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2024 Honda Accord EX. This one's in Meteorite gray with black interior. The EX is one above the base model, which is the LX. Above this guy, you have the Sport, which is hybrid only, EXL hybrid only, Sport L hybrid only, and Touring hybrid only. So if you want an Accord and you don't want a hybrid, you have two options: the base model LX or the one above that, which is this EX. So we're gonna do a quick walk around on this guy. Same thing, the design cues is the same from 2023. It just redesigned for 23, so of course you're not gonna expect a change for 24. But on the front fascia, you're gonna see full LED headlamps, and these are high beam, low beam, turn signals, and daytime running lights. Fog lights are no longer on Accords, and from what I've heard is these LED headlights are, I guess, bright enough at night. You don't need fog lights, but don't know if that's true or not. The grille will be gloss black on the EX. You do have a big Honda emblem up front with the H, and your radar also houses that H as well for your Honda sensing. And you do have flat black at the lower portion here. You do have like a bumper air curtain down below. You get a front little chin spoiler, almost kind of like a lip, and it is flat black down below. Honda did went with this new design for 23 where it got more rounded in the front, more rounded in the rear, longer hood. They pulled the windshield back a little bit, slimmer A-pillars. You do have an updated Honda sensing camera as well, so it's a little bit more wider. And you do get a different windshield wiper design as well, where the sprayer usually is either like tucked away under the hood, or you can see the little black piece showing. The sprayer is actually on the wiper itself, so whole new design there. When you do go up to an EX, you get the same size wheels as the LX, but the LX actually has silver. It's the same design too, but the rims are silver on the LX, and they're the shark gray on the EX. So that's how you know if this is a base model or if it's an EX. The tires are 225/50 17s. If you go up to the Sport Hybrid, which is the next one up, I believe those are 19s, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I believe they're 19s. And the EXL will give you actually 17s. That's why the gas mileage is a lot better out of all the trim levels. EXL have the best gas mileage because it's hybrid with the smaller rim. The Sport L, the Touring, the Sports are hybrids with the bigger rim. So keep that in mind if gas mileage is important. But if you're watching this, you probably don't want a hybrid. You want the highest non-hybrid Accord, which is what this guy is. Now, this Accord does have a protection package on it, so it has wheel locks on all four rims. You have splash guards behind each tire, and it will have the rubber cargo tray in the trunk. But on the side profile here, you do have chrome above the windows, flat black below the windows. EX will give you a moonroof, power moonroof too, because LX does not give you that at all. On the side mirror, it is body color. Look at that meteorite gray in the sun. Hold on, just take a look at this color. That is a nice paint job. That's a nice color. So this meteorite gray is very popular because of that. And you do get blind spot monitoring on the side mirrors. Now for 23, there was an issue with blind spot monitoring. Now this feature is supposed to be standard, and there were 23s being produced with, 23s being produced without it. For 24, I haven't seen Honda send us an EX without blind spot. So that should be standard on EX and up. That's one thing you don't get on the LX. Taking a look at the rear, one of my favorite part of the Accord. I just love the new rear design compared to the previous, but some people will say this whole car looks horrible compared to the previous. To each his own. You do get a shark fin antenna, and it is body colored. And you do have your LED brake lights, well, third brake light in the back glass up there. And the tail light combination is full LED. Usually Honda like to have some regular bulbs, some LED with their tail lights. But on the Accord, it's full LED, which is cool. So your brake lights, your turn signals, your reverse lights, everything's full LED. I like the small little H in the middle. And just look at the meteorite gray from the rear. Like, this color is just a beautiful color in the sun. And this car is dirty. So if you want a color that don't, if you don't want white, but you want a color that don't show the dirt as much, this car is dirty and still looks good. You probably can see on the video. Thing is dirty. We do live in the desert out here. It's New Mexico, so cars do not stay clean out here. But on the lower portion of the bumper, you do get a flat black lip. Depending on what trim level you go with, it will be a different material or different color. You have your reflectors in the bumper. The rear just don't look too that bad. Here's the window stickers. You can see 2024 Accord 1.5 TEX, because you get the turbo 1.5 in the LX and EX. Once you go to the hybrids, it's a 2-liter non-turbo with an electric motor. So MSRP on this guy is pretty much, with destination handling, 31,005. Depending on what color you get, it can add 455 to the price. At the time of recording, this pricing can change by the time you're watching this video. And I do have a protection package on there, which is 470, so that brings it up to 31,475. But in today's world, I know there's some dealerships charging over MSRP. Some customers have been commenting saying they get these below MSRP. Pricing really depends on dealerships. Anyways, here's the key for the 24 Accord, and just like 23, you have the new Honda style key. You have lock, you have unlock, you have remote start. So if you hold lock, actually, I'm gonna show you guys, because you gotta pay attention to the signals, because these cars are so quiet. So if you're far away and trying to do this feature, it'll be hard to see it. So you lock it once, and then you hold the circle, and it's gonna flash at you one time. Then you can let go. Then it'll flash at you 3 times to let you know it's running. It'll stay on for about 10 minutes, and your interior temperature will go up to 72 degrees. That way it's not too hot, not too cold, and you can use this in the summertime, or you can use this in the wintertime, or however you want. If you don't want to use the feature anymore, you just hold the circle, and it'll shut off. So because you have the smart key, you do have smart entry. Oh, before I even show you guys that, you do have a trunk button too. So if you hold this, it'll pop the trunk, and it pops the trunk all the way. So not just like it pops a little bit, the whole trunk will open, but we'll come back to that in a second. And you do have your panic button here, and then you do have a key built into the fob. So you have this button right here you push to take the emergency key out. And the emergency key hole is actually under the door handle. So if you look under there, you have a key hole right there for the emergency key. So because you have the smart key, you have smart entry. So if you tap this guy, it'll lock the door, and if you put your hand in the door handle, it'll unlock it. It's like a sensor back to the door handle that will sense to your hand. And this one is a black interior, so you can see the door, just a lot of black on it pretty much. Top portion is slightly soft. Middle portion is very soft. You can see how soft it is. Armrest is okay. It's decently soft as well. On your window controls, you have auto up down for the front windows, but you have to hold it for the rear windows. You do have power locks, power mirrors. You have some storage in there as well. A little bottle, I guess, portion holder type thing in there. Decent storage. On the driver's seat, it is power, so you do have power forward and back. Forward, power up and down, forward. You have power thigh portion here too, so this portion right here, you can lift it up and down, kind of customize how you want it. This whole back piece right here, you can move forward and back. Kind of like traditional normal cars. And you do have lumbar in and out. Honda used to have lumbar up, down, in and out, but I don't know what happened. Most of their newer Hondas now have lumbar in and out. On the EX, the passenger side is manual, so you have a bar right there to move forward and back, and you have the lever right here to move your back forward and back. And before we jump in there, I do want to show you guys, you have a capless fuel filler. Technically the cap is right here. Save you some time at the pump. And we're gonna jump inside here. And the sun is actually coming out, so I'm gonna get this thing started. So I don't cook in here. Welcome to your Honda. All right, foot on brakes, you push the button. All Accords are push button start. That is standard. On the left side, the steering wheel over here, you do have an air vent that you can lock and close. A little dash of gloss black up top. That's pretty much it. There's not really much buttons over here. You do have your trunk release and your hood release down below. That's pretty much it. Usually Honda will have like a sea of buttons on the left side, but they've been throwing everything in the screen now. But you do have the steering wheel here, and the steering wheel will have a polyurethane material. If you want the leather steering wheel, you have to go with a sport and up. Pretty much, you have to get a hybrid. If you want a hybrid, you can't get the leather steering wheel. And you have no power shifters in the back. On your stock here, you have off, auto, parking, and on, and you have auto high beams. And for your wiper, you have off, intermediate, low, and high. Real simple on the steering wheel setup. On the left side, you do have voice command. You have your scroll wheel because it's a full digital cluster down there. And you have your volume, next track, and previous. On the right side, most of your Honda sensing features will be on this side. So you have your cruise on and off, cancel, resume set. You have your adaptive cruise control, so you can adjust 4 different levels from the cars in front of you. And you have your lane keep assist here. And you have another scroll wheel because you can control that side as well. So on the left side, all you have is Bluetooth. You have customized display, FM, AM, USB, pretty much your sources on the left side, like more of your audio goodies. The right side is gonna have most of your settings. So you're gonna have, actually, let me zoom in there and show you guys. So you're gonna have like brightness, you have nothing, safety features. So you have road departure, you have collision mitigation braking, and you have your blind spot information system on and off. I don't know why the camera acting crazy, but if you go back, oh, I went that way. We're going this way. There we go. Oil life. You have who have their seatbelts on, driver attention, are you awake enough to drive, speed and time for the engine, and range and fuel, which most people is probably going to use, and don't really pay attention to that average because that's here on the parking lot. And it's cool that even the LX get the full digital, like all the cores get the full digital. It's a nice piece of tech to have. Coming along to the middle section here, you do get the 7-inch touchscreen display, which the LX also get the same screen. But if you go sporting up, you get the wider screen. I think it's like a 13.2-inch touchscreen display or something like. Is it 13.2? I think so. But anyways, you still have buttons and knobs. So if you kind of don't want that whole big screen tablet style, or your heated seats is on the screens and all your controls on the screens, you're gonna like the Accord because it's still buttons and knobs. But your volume over here, you have a tune on the right side, next track, previous, phone, radio, AM, FM, Bluetooth or USB, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have to plug your phone in for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on the EX and LX. If you go with Sport and up, it'll be wireless. So pretty much, if you get the wireless screen, you have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But this is still touch screen as well. So you can either use the knobs and buttons or the touchscreen. Down below, you do have the new ear vent that started off in the Civic. The Accord has its own design, which is cool. It feels very premium. You can feel the clicks. Very nice touch all the way across. And then down below that, you do have your climate control. So you do get high, medium, low for the heated seats. Same thing for the passenger, only in the front. If you want heated back seats, you have to get a Touring. You do get dual zone climate control on the EX. I believe on the LX it's a single zone, and on the LX you don't get heated seats. So little things that you don't get on the LX that you do get in the EX, and this is why you get the EX. Same thing with the power seats. That's only on the EX and up as well. But you do have auto climate control, a nice touch to have. Air circulation, your modes, front defrost, back glass defrost, and you have heated side mirrors. LX I believe is just back defrost, and that's it. AC on and off. So because you get a dual zone, you have sync, so you turn that off. This person can catch on fire. That person can stay cool if they wanted to. Turn sync back on. And for your connections, USB-A is out the window. No more USB-A. So you have two USB-C ports, and the left one is for charging, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. The right one is for charging only. And I know the new iPhones just came out where they went to USB-C, so a lot of people are gonna have to go from their USB-A to USB-C ports to just USB-C to USB-C. So keep that in mind. Huge storage down here. You can put plenty of storage. The shifter is the same material as the steering wheel, so you have that polyurethane material. And for your transmission, you have park, reverse, neutral, drive. You have a sport mode for the transmission, and you have a low mode for the transmission. And it is a CVT transmission. If you get a hybrid, it'll be eCVT transmission. And a lot of people complain about CVTs, but you got to understand that Honda's been doing CVTs for so long. Like I think they went mainstream with CVTs and the 4 cylinders back in 2014. But even before 2014, they've been using CVTs for a while. So I know a lot of other companies have been starting to use CVT, and a lot of people hate it and the rubber band feeling, all that stuff. But this is a good CVT. Honda's been, they know what they're doing. They had it for a minute. You have cup holders here. I don't know what you will put in the middle. Maybe a smartphone or something like that. I have no idea. But you do have Econ on and off. So if you want to maximize your fuel efficiency, you can. When you turn on Econ, the air actually will go down a little bit. It takes a little bit longer to get up to speed to help you save more on gas. You do have the engine auto stop feature that everyone hates, so this is the button to turn it off. You have electronic parking brakes that have a lever or a foot pedal, and you have brake holds. So if you're in drive and you're holding the brakes, your seatbelt is on, you turn this feature on, you can take your foot off the brake and the car won't move, and your brake lights behind you will be on, and it will hold the brakes for about 10 minutes. It's actually pretty cool. If you give it gas, it will let you go. If you brake, it will keep holding your brake till you turn that feature back off. Here on the armrest, really soft. This is real soft. I just did a Pilot Sport video. You guys probably see that video already, and way softer than that guy. And then you do have a huge cubby in here, and your power outlet is actually in there. If you were just wondering, where's my power outlet? And that's pretty much it on the inside. You do have a lockable glove box, and it is damped, so you see how it comes out slowly. The same thing on that Pilot Sport video I just did. The glove box flew right out because it's not damped, so that's cool. It's not lined, but at least it's damped. And the passenger side, pretty simple. I like the simple seat design as well. Nothing too crazy, but it's comfortable though. I'm sitting in the driver's seat, it's well bolstered, and I'm sure it'll fit all sizes. Coming along to the rear view mirror, you don't get any auto dimming rear view mirror on the EX, just a traditional mirror. You flip it, somebody blinding you with the high beams on at night. You got that Jeep behind you or something like that. But your lighting is full LED throughout the whole cabin, which is a nice touch. You do have a moonroof. You do have a SOS button, so you can flip this open and push it for emergency. And you do have a moonroof, and its power opens all the way. Or you can have it open up to tilt as well. You just got to push straight up, and it'll come back forward, and it'll tilt up. So if you want a moonroof, can't get it on the LX, EX and up is the way to go. You do have a sunglass holder in there as well. The headliner is, I'll say it's gray. Yeah, it's gray. I'm about to say, is it like beige? But no, it's a very, very light gray on the headliner. And you have your glass plus your lighting, and the lighting's LED. It's a nice touch. Let's look at the passenger side. LED as well. Before we get to the back seats, I'm gonna put the transmission into reverse so you guys can see the backup camera. So you have Honda's multi-angle backup camera. So you have wide angle, you have normal, and you have looking directly down, because there's some things you can't see below that back glass up there. And you have cross traffic. So when cross traffic is on and you come out of the parking space and there's a car coming from the left or from the right, it'll just alert and beep you, let you know there's a car coming. Sometimes it'll even let you know if somebody's walking behind you. It's not made to detect people, but I've seen it work, noticing someone is moving behind you. So don't rely on it, because you might hit somebody. But let's jump out of here. It's getting third row. Third row. I just came out the Pilot, so I'm over here. I'm on Pilot mode right now. So here's the back door. You see how wide it opens. It's pretty decent. The rear doors. So hard touch up here. Hard touch. The whole thing's hard touch. It's not like the front seats, but this is slightly soft touch back here. But yeah, you got storage down there. And there's no speaker on the door, because you get the better sound system when you go up to the hybrids. Especially if you go up to the Touring, you get the Bose sound system. But sitting back here, plenty of room. This is why you buy an Accord and not a Civic. If you want more backroom space, this is definitely the way to go. Now, for your rear passengers, there's no air vents and there's no USB-Cs. If you want air vents, you have to get an EXL or a Touring, because I believe, of course, the LX doesn't have this, but I believe the Sport L doesn't have this feature, and the Sport doesn't have air vents either. So if you want air vents back here, EXL or Touring. But looking back here, you do have a armrest slash cup holder back here. Take your seatbelts off, and that's pretty much it. You got a mat pocket behind the passenger. You don't have one behind the driver. You do have a little hump on the floor too for whoever sits in the middle. But let's take a look at the cockpit again. The black interior is pretty, nothing too crazy. Honda's interiors are never like out of this world, you know, like as a brand, they like to keep things a little sporty and a little traditional. That's why these cars age so well, because when your car is like futuristic and all crazy, next few years when the next futuristic thing comes out, it looks outdated. But in like 10 years, this interior is still gonna look nice because it's not too crazy. So back to the trunk. I remember I told you guys it pops all the way, and that's because there's a strut that actually helps assist it and open it all the way. On the EX, you can fold down the rear seats. You can see it's like a 60-40. So you have a lever here to pull on the left side, same thing on the right side. Part of the protection package that this car currently have, you get the rubber tray trunk. Down below, you do get carpet mat standard. And let me show you guys what's underneath the floor. So you get some tools, and you do get a spare tire. It is a donut. So you can see that guy right down there. And if you want a spare tire, you have to get a LX or EX. If you get a hybrid, you don't get a spare tire. They give you a flat fix kit. Oh, look, they threw in a grocery hook in there too on both sides. That is a nice touch. But yeah, let's jump into the brochure and let's actually build one out. Show you guys the color combinations and different pricing. If you see in my community tab, I mentioned that I moved and I'm in a whole nother house. So that's why videos haven't been uploading past few days. And I don't have my main, well, I guess my PC I usually record on for this part. I don't have that up right now. So we're just gonna breeze through this real fast. So here's the trim walk on the EX. And this is pretty much what the EX adds on top of what the LX adds. So blind spot monitoring, the dual zone climate control, the moonroof, the power driver seats, the heated front seats, the 60-40 split for the rear seats in the trunk. You do get an updated sound system on the EX versus the LX. You do get the heated side mirrors and the lockable glove box. So we're going to jump into builder one real fast. Here's all the trim levels. So you got LX, EX, Sport, EXL, Sport L, and Touring. We're going to build the EX, and I'm going to quickly just go through the colors because I don't have too much time right now. So we got the Canyon River Blue, we have Crystal Black Pearl, we have Meteorite Gray, Platinum White Pearl, and Radiant Red Metallic. Now, let me see. So if you get the blue, black interior only. If you get the black interior only. If you get the gray, you have the option between Blay and Blay. It's real late right now. But you have the option between black and gray. And if we go back and if you do Platinum White Pearl, you have the option between black or gray. And actually, if you get the gray, headline is gray. The door is black, but this part is gray. The dash is a little bit of gray. Mostly black though, but the seats are gray at least. And if we go back and you do Radiant Red, I think this is gray only. Yeah, this is gray only. So this is how you know I love you guys, because I doing this late night trying to get a video out for you guys. I finally got internet in the new house. So the next few videos, I probably won't have this portion over here on the video. So don't be surprised, but thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.